Renovating Retirement with Charlie Jewett. Oh no, I think I'm about to have another episode.
Testing, 1, 2, 3. I can finally use my knee. For those of you who listen to the show, you know what I mean by that. Hey everybody, and welcome to the Renovating Retirement Podcast with Charlie Jewett. I am the financial services whistleblower. I don't know if that's a very authoritative whistle that says, hey you, stop that. You need to stop what you're doing. I'm going to punish you and fix everything and give everybody what they need. But that's what it actually means. I am beyond the amount of podcasts I promised to give. I promised to give 150 podcasts. I tried to do them daily, burned out after 70 or 80 days because I met a beautiful woman, Abby, who I've been with for 2.5 years. She's the love of my life. Love you, Abby. Oh, te amo. She's Hispanic. That's awesome. I didn't know what would happen, so what do? I release podcasts sporadically. Well, I don't know. They show up like nice diseases. You never know when you're going to get sick, and sometimes you are. You never know when I'm going to have a podcast, and sometimes you do. Why would I use a negative reference? I don't know. It just happens. Whatever. Episode 151. It's so easy, but it's not really easy. What? Charlie, you're always contradicting yourself. Why do you do that? I don't know. It's a weird teaching technique I use. It's really not. I'm not trying to teach. I'm not using it as a technique. It's just the way that my brain works. Guys, listen. Some of my podcasts are content driven. I'm kind of notoriously famous for doing series that I never finish. Is series even a word? I hope it is. Series. I start things, sometimes don't finish them. That's okay. If I find value in it, I finish. If I get distracted and find more value somewhere else, I go on the rabbit trail and look for the value and give it to you. That's fine. Some of my podcasts are content driven, where there's something that I want you to know. 6 types of annuities and how to use them. That's content driven, right? Some of them are response driven. What did I call it for the... Did I call him a jackass? Can I even say that on my show? For the jackass who left a 2-star review? I don't even know. My first angry email I think I did a long time ago. Sometimes it's based on some response from an ignorant or confused person who disagrees with the truths that I'm teaching, and I want you to learn from it. And sometimes I'm ticked off about it, so I rant a bit. So sometimes my podcasts are that. Sometimes my podcasts are just straight up, purely passion driven. Just a passion, something that I'm feeling, that I want to express, and this is my platform, and you are the ones who listen and the ones I love and care about, and that I want to share my passions with. I want to share my life with you. That's why a lot of you have my cell phone number. That's why we journey together. Some of you have been thinking for months, maybe years, oh my goodness, I really should reach out. And you haven't. Well, do it. Reach out. info at l5wealth.com. L as in Larry, 5 the number, wealth.com. Info at l5wealth.com. Just reach out and say, let's talk. Let's talk about my portfolio. Let's talk about my dreams. Let's talk about, if you're rich, get in touch. If you're broke, get in touch. Because, listen, everything you have is all you have. We work with people that are infinitely multimillionaires, right? I'm not sure there's a billionaire yet. There could be. If you're a billionaire listening, call in. You can be the first one. That'd be awesome. Multimillionaires for sure. And then there's people, honestly, that are just... I talked to a guy today who's 21 years old. Precious, beautiful person. 21 years old. Just getting started. But he received an inheritance and said, what do I do with it? And I said, I will show you exactly what I think you should do with it. Or better said, don't choke on your fettuccine, compliance officers. I didn't tell them what to do. Better, more well stated or whatever. I showed him his options. You could do this, or you could do this, or you could do this. Get in touch if you haven't become friends with me or talk to me. Info at l5wealth.com. info at l the letter 5 the number wealth.com. You've probably heard, I don't know, are we up to 17? I don't think so. Probably 3 or 4 different emails throughout these different podcasts, because for multiple reasons, the podcast has one name, the companies have another name. I went through a divorce and had to change the company and give it another name, and blah. Life happens for you, not to you. I'm happy about it. So we had different email addresses, but guess what? Modern technology, they all forward to the same place. So whether you had charlie@meritplanning.com, charlie@jewettwealth.com, info@l5wealth.com, charlie.jewett@l5wealth.com, or sometimes even cjewett@cjewett.com, they all lead to the same place. And soon and very soon, that's a church song, we are going to see the King. Soon and very soon, we're going to see, I'm going to have commercials. I call them commercials, but they're actually positive. I'm going to have messages on the beginning and end of each podcast that tells you how to get in touch with me through just texting a word. Hallelujah, hallelujah. That'll be awesome. Anyway, today's show is a passion project. I wasn't going to record today. I am recovering from a trip to Mexico yesterday for dental work for my girlfriend, and there's a show inside of me. I have to record. I have something I have to say, because every week, I work with agents, because there's a whole recruiting side of the business where people that want to be a part of the revolution get in touch with me and say, how can I help replace the Edward Morgan Lynches? How can I help do good in the world and be a part of the team? How can I work with you and learn from you and do right in the world, do what's best, know about the best products and strategies? So there's a whole recruiting training side of the business. And then there's, of course, the entire client side of the business. How do we work with you and get the best financial plan on the planet, which is, my opinion, compliance guys don't choke again. Why do I say we're giving the best financial plan on the planet? Because for each piece of it, we look at all of the available options and pick the one that has either the highest income or lowest fees or highest growth or whatever, highest returns for liquid money. We just pick the best of each of the pieces that people need for in case income increase. So that's why I think it's the best financial plan on the entire planet, and purposefully doing the exact opposite of what Edward Morgan Lynch does, which is steer you into something that's best for them and screws you, and have a disclosure that says we're going to screw you. That's why I feel comfortable saying we're giving you the best financial plan in the entire world. Here's something that I have noticed. This is my message today with the podcast. This is so easy. Guys, financial planning is the easiest thing in the world for me. Now that I've done my training, my team, Abby, Andy, Ian, any of us that you work with, our team, after receiving their training, to build a financial plan for you is the easiest thing you could possibly imagine. It's perfectly systematized. There's no moving parts. There's no questions. Let me give you an example of this. Somebody comes in, they're like, okay, I got $500,000 in an IRA. I have $600,000 outside of that in investments. I have a home that's paid off. I'm going to get this much in Social Security, and I'm unhappy with the taxes I'm paying. All right. This is so easy. This is very, very easy. Do you want guaranteed income during retirement, or do you want maybe income? I want guaranteed. Do you want to pay more taxes or less? I like to pay less. If you pass away, do you want your spouse to get the income, or do you want them to be destitute? No, I'd like my spouse to get the income. Okay, if you go into a nursing home, do you want to pay $8,000, $9,000 out of pocket? You want someone else to pay for you? No. I want someone else to pay for me. Everybody, listen close. Everybody says the same thing. This is what I want. I want guaranteed income. Do you want it to be increasing or level? Oh, I'd like it to be increasing so cover inflation. Okay, cool. Do you want to continue for your spouse? Yes, I do. Do you want to pay a lot of taxes? No, I don't. When the market goes down, would you rather lose money or not lose money? I'd rather not lose money. Okay. When you die, do you want to leave any money to loved ones or not? Let me give you that one. Not everybody answers the same. Some people say I don't care. Some people say I want to. But there's only 3 options. Would you like to leave what's left over? Would you like to leave at least a minimum amount? Each kid gets at least $200,000, whatever. Or do you want to maximize it? Do you want to look at, you don't need any money for income, and you want to leave as much as you possibly can? There's only 3 possibilities for, long life, short life, rough life, sick life, next life. The next life. When you die, what do you want to do? Leave what's left over, leave a minimum, or leave as much as you can. Very easy. So not everybody has the same answer, but it's an easy answer. Guys, every single client I've worked with in 14 years, every client that Andy in Chicago has worked with, in 20 years. Every client that Abby's been working with, every client we worked with in Hawaii, every one of you, we could give you the answer in the first 12 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes. You say, buy the income you want, buy an income annuity, and guarantee you have a paycheck. The rest of the money, if it's pre-tax, meaning it's not yet taxed, you can't use life insurance, stick it into growth annuities. And if it's after-tax money, it's inheritance or sitting inside of normal brokerage accounts or whatever, let's stick it into life insurance for tax-free growth. Now, why am I so confident saying that? Why am I so confident saying that 100% of your money should be in annuities and life insurance? Why am I so confident to say this when I carry a Series 65 license? This means I'm a registered investment advisor. I'm setting up my own RIA, for heaven's sakes, to manage portfolios, which is something I couldn't even do in my right mind for you if I wanted to. But I need the license to do the things that are best for you. Why would I say, or for myself, why would I have 100% of my money in insurance products when you could use bank products, or you could use the market, or you could use insurance products? There's no secret to this. People use the stock market, stocks, bonds, and mutual funds from 1970 to 1999 because it made more money than other stuff. The risk was worth the reward. You've heard me say it over and over and over again into infinitum. Blah, 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 blah. When it's worth it, the stock market is a good idea. More risk, more reward is fine as long as there's more reward. When I look back over the last 18 years, I get more returns from the safer products. Financial advisors don't beat the market, but financial products do. Annuities, indexed universal life insurance, income annuities, which is an index annuity with an income rider, right? Modified endowment contracts, which is life insurance policy funded with all the money up front, are beating what the banks are paying and what the stock market is paying. So for in-case accounts, insurance works better than the bank. For income accounts, annuities and life insurance both work better than the stock market. Increase accounts, annuities, and insurance both work better than the stock market. Where does that leave the stock market? In my world? Nowhere. It leaves it nowhere. There's nothing the stock market has to... hold on. Time out. I'm going to correct myself. I do use the Acorn app. You guys know this. I use the Acorn app because I think the roundups are genius. I spend a ton of money each month running my business and got 6 kids between me and my girlfriend, and blah, 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 whatever, do all kinds of transactions. I spend a ton of money. Every time I spend $5.75, the Acorns app rounds it up to $6 and takes the 25 cents and puts it into an investment account for me. I spend $10.25. It takes 75 cents, puts it into an investment account. I've been able to save more money that way than even my purposeful trying to save as an investment advisor because it happens out of sight, out of mind. Why am I investing in the market? Because that's the only option Acorns gives you. You're not even allowed to buy good annuities or life insurance unless you have $10,000. So I use the stock market for what it's good for. It will take small, sporadic amounts of money with no commitment. And so I do that until my account hits $10,000. And then I buy what performs better and has lower fees, which is indexed annuities, which have no fees and have outperformed the market over the last 18 years. Guys, it's so easy. I could sit down with anybody, any prospective client in the country. And the reason there's so much passion, let me tell you what prompted today's show. Andy Guzzi, who I work with in Chicago, was meeting with a client, and he said, I don't want risk in the market anymore. And I've saved up all this money, and what I really want is $7,000 a month of income. And Andy and I were reviewing the case and go, this is easy. Like, the guy has won the game. Like, we don't do the hard part. Good Lord, you guys do the hard part. Work for 30 or 40 years. sacrifice some of your money, not spend it, not enjoy it, set it aside, go through all the ups and downs, accumulate a giant nest egg without going out and blowing it on gambling in Las Vegas or buying RVs or whatever. You actually let it sit there and accumulate to 500,000, a million, $1.5 million, $2 million, whatever. You do the hard part. We have the easy part. You come in and say, how do I set this up now that I've raised this money? How do I make it last for long life, short life, rough life, sick life, and into the next life? Our part's easy. Buy a paycheck. Invest the rest based on your goals. Would you rather lose money or not lose money? Not lose money, okay? Rather pay tax or not pay tax? Not pay tax. Oh, all right. Would you rather pay fees or not have fees? Not have fees. Oh, easy. We know exactly where to put your money, and the stock market can't do any of what you want for you. So this guy comes in, he says, I want $7,000 of income. He's got enough money. He saved enough money, a couple $1 million, whatever. We come back and say, okay, put $1.3 million into an income annuity. You get a paycheck for at least $7,000 a month for the rest of your life for you and your wife. I'm not kidding. Seriously, I'm not kidding when you hear this, and this is not even rare. His response was, ooh, that's a big commitment. $1.3 million, that's a lot. Wait, what? That's a big commitment to whom or for what? Didn't you just say you wanted $7,000 a month of guaranteed income to last as long as you and your wife both shall live, no matter what the market does, even if you run out of money? And on that pension income, you could live an incredibly peaceful life knowing you always have a paycheck. You have a money tree. You have enough money. We told you what it costs. And what was your response? Ooh, that's a big commitment. What? Guys, I don't understand this. I don't understand. Retirement accounts. The only reason anyone ever saves any money in retirement is to replace their income when they stop working. That's the entire retirement planning industry is based on income replacement. Why would you ever sacrifice living on all the income you have unless someday you'd need it for something else? What is the something else? The something else is the fact that Social Security won't pay you enough to live the lifestyle you want. So you have to save up a big nest egg, a chunk of money, to turn into a stream of money. Okay, so you've saved up the chunk of money, and we say, well, what stream of income would you like? I'd like $7,000 a month. Okay, you saved up this big chunk of money. That $7,000 a month will cost you $1.3 million. Ooh, that's a big commitment. I don't understand the sentence. A commitment to whom? Yourself? Like you're afraid to make yourself a commitment and buy yourself a paycheck? What are we talking about? Oh, is it a big commitment to give to one insurance company? Okay, don't give one insurance company $1.3 million. Give 4 insurance companies 25% of it. Give 13 insurance companies $100,000. None of them have ever gone out of business, and the same event that would cause one to go out of business would cause them all to go out of business. That's the government not paying their bonds. But whatever makes you comfortable. So what is the alternative? Like, oh, that's a big commitment. I don't know if I'm going to do that. So the alternative is what? I just won't have guaranteed income. Why? That's like going to a car dealership. What's the car cost? $40,000. Ooh, that's a big commitment. Okay, well, what's the alternative? I'll take the bus and I will Uber everywhere. Okay, whatever you want is easy. I've been telling people this for 14 years, and I do not understand what the hang up is. And I'm sorry I'm so agitated today. If you want a paycheck, just buy it. Everything everyone ever hated about annuities has been removed. It used to be, if you gave an insurance company $1.3 million for an annuity, for a paycheck, that if you died in the second or third year or whenever, you died early, Your family got nothing and lost the entire estate. And of course, the families that happened to got mad at insurance companies and annuities and talked a bunch of crap online about them, rightfully so. Because in one situation called short life, it didn't work well for long life, short life, rough life, sick life, next life. It only worked well for long life. In the short life situation, the insurance company, quote, won, and the family lost the entire inheritance. So what was the industry's response to that? Did the insurance companies say, screw you, we don't care about clients, we're going to leave it that way even though you hate it? No, because that's what stock companies do. That's what brokerage firms do. That's what your Joker broker does. No. The insurance companies came back and said, okay, if you don't like that, let's rework it. Let's provide another option. So today's income annuities, if you die, is your family screwed out of all of your inheritance? No. Your family gets back every single dollar that you haven't taken out of the policy and income, and every single dollar that you've earned after fees. And the fees are basically either zero or what you'd pay an Edward Morgan Lynch company. There's nothing left to hate about annuities, and everybody who's online talking bad about annuities is an ignorant moron who's wrong about what they're saying, or they're talking about an annuity used in the wrong situation. A hammer does not do a good job screwing in a Phillips head screw, although you could probably use the backside of a hammer, the nail remover, to kind of screw in a Phillips head screw, but it wouldn't be efficient or fun. Somebody talking about hammers and saying they're bad would just be stupid. Don't you agree? That's how I feel about Ken Fisher. That's how I feel about Dave Ramsey. That's how I feel about Susie Orman, to name some names. When you talk bad about tools because you're stupid and ignorant and don't understand how they work, or you only talk about the bad versions of them, or you only talk about when they're used inappropriately, it doesn't make the tool bad. It makes you stupid and irresponsible. I started the podcast to give the industry a spanking because it's completely dominated and overrun by the stupid and irresponsible, ignorant, immoral advisors who teach only what's wrong for their selfish benefit to get you to gamble your money with them so that they make money playing golf while you lose money and they charge you fees. Can you tell? There's a little bit of passion in my heart for this topic. Can I give you a word of advice as the financial services industry whistleblower, as your inside man inside this industry, attending the conferences you will never go to because you're not allowed to attend? Can I tell you, as somebody with 14 years of surveying information that you don't have access to, can I just tell you, this is so simple. This is so easy. In case, income, increase. Have some money for an emergency fund. Buy a paycheck, and for God's sake, stop looking at the income-producing annuities and the income-producing tools and comparing them to investments using investment criteria like what's the upside potential and, well, how liquid is it, and it's for income, for heaven's sakes. It's a paycheck. You're buying a paycheck. If someone says, I want $7,000 a month of income, and we say it'll take $1.3 million, they should be jumping up and down with pom-poms and telling all of their friends, I cannot believe what the rest of my life is going to be about, or is going to be like, instead of saying, well, that's a heavy commitment to make to myself. I'm not sure if I love myself that much. I think I might want to take a whole bunch of risk and not guarantee my income and guarantee the income for my Edward Morgan Lynch guy while he plays golf, while I struggle and worry about my income because that's too much commitment to make to me. What? I don't get it. Buy a paycheck. If you've saved enough money where after you buy your paycheck, You're graced. You're blessed. You have the privilege of having money left over. Invest it based on your criteria. Annuities and life insurance have beat the market. For less risk, you make more returns. So that's what I do. That's what Andy Guzzi does. That's what the people that follow me do. But you don't have to. You could put all that money in the stock market or leave it with your Edward Morgan Lynch guy. That's fine. But don't leave your paycheck. Don't leave the ability to pay your bills in retirement, which was the only reason you saved any money in the first place. Don't leave that to chance because the income tools don't match up to the increase tools. It doesn't. You guys can hear this in my voice. I'm like dumbfounded. I don't even understand. I don't even understand the industry. Honestly, I don't understand clients at all. Why would it be so hard to say, I saved all this money up. Now what do? I have $2 million. Okay. I want $5,000 a month. I want $7,000 a month for the rest of my life. Okay, it takes $1.3 million. Why isn't the answer, oh my God, that's awesome. I'll give you $1.3 million. I get my paycheck for life. I get my money tree. And now I have $700,000 to do anything I want with. Why don't you feel like that? Why do you feel like, oh my gosh, that's a big commitment to make? It's a commitment to you. Guys, you don't have to take my advice. My advice is for conservative-minded people or self-starters or do-it-yourselfers or intelligent people that don't want to be a lemming and follow the crowd and being ripped off. My advice is for people that don't want to be like everybody else and for people that say, you know what, retirement planning is about income and I really should make sure I have an income. If you're somebody that's like, I don't care if I have an income. If one year I make $10,000 a month and the next year I starve to death and eat dog food, and the next year I live in my car, and then the next year we live in a mansion, and then the next year I live on the streets. If you really want that, okay, leave your money in stocks, bonds, and mutual funds. There's nothing wrong with that. Someone out there is going to be completely stoked to make 1% on your money while you go from being rich to starving every other year. My show, my strategies, my team, my revolution, trying to replace the Edward Morgan Lynches of the world and give the industry a spanking, is because in my 14 years, what I believe people want, what they've said they want, what the happiest people I've ever seen are on pension paychecks. They're on a steady income, maybe a steady increasing income for the Holy Grail. Steady increasing tax-free income would be the actual Holy Grail. So what do we do as a company? What do I do as a revolution? What am I spreading across the country? Show people how to buy a pension paycheck. Do you guys understand? Your IRA and your 401k, the only reason you have those is because what companies used to offer was called a defined benefit plan, where if you worked for them for 30 years, they would buy an annuity and pay you $4,000, $5,000, $6,000 a month for the rest of your life. They bought the annuity. And they're like, I don't want that responsibility anymore. Let's not do defined benefit. Let's do a defined contribution. Let's put it all on the employee. You can put in up to $17,500 a year or whatever. So now you fund the 401k, you fund an IRA, you get to the end of your career, and you go, okay, how do I turn it into an income? Someone from my team comes along and says, you buy the same pension that your grandparents' company bought for them. You buy an annuity and you guarantee that you have $5,000, $6,000, $7,000 a month. Ooh, that's a big commitment. Wait, what? A big commitment to whom? Like, you're afraid to commit to yourself? That's odd. If you're not comfortable giving it all to one insurance company, give it to 17. Give it to 47,000. I don't care. Get yourself a guaranteed income so you can live the life of your dreams no matter what the stock market does as 10,000 baby boomers a day retire, stop putting money into it, and start taking money out of it. What is going to happen to the stock market? Exactly. You don't know. So don't gamble your income on something you don't know when all of the probabilities say, well, when this group was working, it went up. Now they're not working. Which direction it's going to go? Maybe down. That's one option. Don't gamble with your retirement income. Buy a paycheck like you buy a car. No one buys a car expecting it to go up in value over 10 years. They expect to use the heck out of it and make their life awesome. Buy a paycheck because it's the pension that your grandparents and parents had purchased for them that gave them the amazing life that they have. It's so easy for me. It's so easy for Abby. It's so easy for Andy. It's so easy for the financial planning team to tell you what to do. I don't know why, but it's so hard for you to buy what you really want because something inside of your head says, oh man, that's a big commitment. I'm here to tell you, I don't know how to fix that problem. I know how to fix all of your retirement planning problems. I don't know how to fix that emotional hang up of once we say how to fix your retirement planning problems, you go, oh, that's a big commitment. It's what the money was for in the first place. You save money. You save streams of money monthly, $1,000 a month, whatever, to build a chunk of money, a nest egg, so that when you retire, you can turn it back into streams of money. For retirement accounts, what does that best is annuities. Why does it feel like such a big commitment to buy the pension? It's actually a better pension than your parents had. And to purchase a guaranteed paycheck for the rest of your life, even if you run out of money, you get income. I can't fix that problem for you. Somehow you have to figure that out and get over that because reality is just reality. It just is what it is. The guy that we talked to earlier, at his age, in his state, if he wanted $7,000 a month forever, it cost $1.3 million. And he said, that's too much of a commitment to make to my family. I'll just keep risking. I don't get it. I don't want you to go through that. We are here to help. Call us, info@l5wealth.com. I said call us and gave you an email address. That's awesome. You can call us, 888. Wait, who forgets their own 800 number? This is elevator music while I look up my 800 number. I probably get sued. Actually, if I sing that music, I'll probably get sued. 888-285-2268, 888-285-2268 if you truly wanted to call, but email info@l5wealth.com, info@l the letter 5 the number wealth.com. I would like to make things very, very, very easy for you as long as you can make it easy on yourself and accept the recommendations we make or choose one of the options we give. Why do I do this? Why am I passionate? Why am I recording on a day I didn't even want to? Because I think you people are the best.
Renovating Retirement with Charlie Jewett.
That's all, folks.